Recording this time. Honestly, I don't even want to look at my notes. Episode, what is this? Episode three, right? Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'll let you start. I really don't even, yeah.
Wow. So this episode was maybe my favorite. And it's really weird because the relationship, not the relationship itself, but the story was completely different from the game. And that was crazy. So the episode itself dealt with being introduced to Bill and Frank. They meet, they kiss, they smooch, they do stuff, they fall in love, then they die together. Joel shows up with Ellie a couple months after it happens. And then Joel takes a shit.
Yeah.
Fantastic episode.
Weird. I suppose I should be saying spoilers, but I guess honestly,
it's a review of the
if you're watching an episode review, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do have to come clean that I saw like the controversy surrounding this, and I watched like a short video.
What was the controversy about?
Basically the stupidest thing that you could think of, which is there were some people that were kind of upset about they felt like the added like love story between Bill and Frank was unnecessary, and that wasn't even in the game. There was no point. Yada yada yada.
So no,
it was. I watched Ricky's video where he just basically like talked about the Last of Us show in general, but this was like a part that he really like focused on. Again, I really don't know a lot what's coming. I think he only did it for like the first 3 episodes or something like that. But
so the relationship between Bill
is stupid, I think.
Yeah. The relationship between Bill and Frank, yeah, they were in love with each other in the game. But so the way it goes in the game is like that first fight scene you see between Frank and Bill, well, they never reconcile in the game. And when Joel shows up with Ellie, like they have to go to Bill's like, yeah, well, we have to go to Frank to get what you want. And so they get to Frank's, and Bill discovers that Frank had hanged himself because he had gotten bit. That's how the relationship went. Bill was, he saw Joel and Ellie off, so Bill survived. Frank killed himself because he got bit. But they were in love.
Yeah, from what I remember in Bricky's video, I think he says that like Bill dies later on somehow, some way or something like that, or I can't remember. It's something about that. Like
I think The Last of Us 2, he's assumed dead. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't really remember, but I honestly,
I thought the episode was fine. Like I could have. There's some things. So the way I feel about it is like there's some things that I really enjoyed in the game, but like the banter between Ellie and Bill was hilarious. I thought I loved it. It was one of my favorite things about the game. So I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to see it in the live action show, but at the same time, the story wasn't bad. Like I thought it was pretty, it was pretty cute. Also, at the same time, I don't know. Also, it's a fun little trivia for you. So the guy who played Bill in The Last of Us, the guy who voiced him and who Bill's character model was modeled after. Do you remember that episode of Just Fed with the inmate who Raylan gets some fried chicken and whiskey?
Yeah,
that was Bill.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, I was honestly like when the show got announced, I was really hoping he could reprise the role, but I guess it just didn't come to happen. Yeah, it would have been perfect.
Well, pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, the dynamic between him and Ellie, or Bill and Ellie, I kind of, like I said, kind of bummed. But other than that, I really liked this episode. There hasn't been a bad episode so far. I think I said at the beginning this was my new favorite, but no, two still my favorite so far. Because you can't top that ending. Like it's still kind of got me shaking a little bit, just how things went down.
Yeah, episode 2 was Yeah, it was pretty good. I don't know. That's hard. It's hard for me to pick. Like I said, I think
Like,
the people who didn't like it for the controversy of like, the whole gay romance or whatever, I'm like, that's kind of dumb. It tugged at the heartstrings for sure. And then even like it even got me with Joel and like her reading the letter and stuff like that. I was
yeah,
like, damn.
yeah. The note
And,
about Tess. Oof.
yeah, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it was incredibly well done. I really enjoyed it. Like, I think it was a fantastic episode. Like I said, there hasn't been a bad episode.
Yeah, the thing is too that because some of the complaints were trying to say like it wasn't in the game, blah blah blah, it doesn't work, but it does work. It works
Yeah,
up like 100%. Like you
yeah.
see him like avoid going with the dickheads to the QZ. He goes Sons of the Forest mode and like builds like a whole safety.
Community for one person.
It was so cool. Like when Joel's
Yeah.
like, Raiders are going to come. You need to be prepared. And then it goes and shows you like just a little glimpse, like all these stacked cars he put around the fence or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I wasn't expecting him to have flamethrowers and trip mines and all this stuff. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
hey,
flamethrowers got
Bill,
me too.
relax. But yeah, it worked. It worked 100%. I think in regards to what you were saying earlier, what they'll probably do is shuffle off the banter of Ellie and Bill into just Joel and Ellie.
Yeah, maybe. We won't be able to use a lot of the lines, but yeah, whatever. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the majority of the banter is going to be between her and Bill, or excuse me, Joel.
I guess I kind of noticed that Joel was sad about the test situation, which we should all really kind of know.
Yeah.
They were like sharing a bed and everything. But literally, like one of my first notes is like quiet because sad, Joel, because like she's trying to talk to him. And he's just like, and I was wondering, I don't know if you felt this way, but when he stacks the rocks at the river, I was wondering if that's kind of like one of those things where like, like people stack stones.
Yeah. It's funny, bring up first notes. That's a, touching note. My first note is, there I go again on my own.
Your notes, they just get better every episode. They really do.
Want to hear the next one?
Yeah.
Eat shit, Ellie. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know better than to ask you to
why
give any details.
Ask me what my next note is.
What's your next note?
It's what we call a running gag.
Oh, it's funny that you say that because I have.
Yeah, that's why I put the note down, but also because the running gag of not knowing what my notes mean.
I have,
which ironically, I now know. I know what this note means.
I have that note. Well, I hope. Let me guess. Is it the anything bad in here bit?
Yes, and so can I get a gun?
Oh, so can I get a gun? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting her to have to steal a gun. I actually did kind of expect him to give her one at a certain point. I kind of thought they were going to hang out at Bill and Frank's for a little bit and do like some shooting range practice, enjoy the bed. Just
shit. Had it been us,
as long as they don't go into the bedroom, like it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, they can go.
They won't like it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, you never know.
But I thought the anything bad in here bit is kind of like a build up to like the father-daughter dynamic.
Yeah, because it sounds like something that's one of the things I thought of when I heard him say it. It sounds like something he used to say to his daughter, but but in like a cutesy father-daughter way. But in this scenario, it's turned into this I fucking hate you.
The thing is, I feel like I can see it.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's definitely going to turn into that.
Like it's going to circle around, right?
Yeah, it's going to.
I thought it was funny. Like he couldn't find his stuff when they first got there. He's like looking up. I think
I made a note. No, fuck.
Most of my notes are about Bill just having the most wonderful post-apocalyptic life. Like he's got tons of stuff. He's got a whole town to himself. He's having wine and steak. He's just like an asparagus. He's just like living it up.
Oh, I have one in here. I don't know what it's from, always a monkey, and emotional damage.
Oh. Wait. What was a monkey? Emotional damage.
They're two separate notes.
Wasn't always a monkey in reference to episode 2 when she said that like it's always a monkey that gets the disease or something like that?
Oh yeah. Wait, am I on the wrong page? No, I'm good. Sorry, they're split. They're split in there. Was it? No, I could have sworn she brought it up.
I don't know. Your notes are the best. I have no idea. That's the only time I remember them talking about monkeys.
Whatever, it's fine.
I'm so happy that I have this recording.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. You have no idea how happy I am that this is recording. And I
really need to get better at taking notes.
At a certain point, it's just like, I feel like mentally you're like, this is all checking out. And then the moment we start this and hit the record button, gone.
It's like, where did this note come from?
Who wrote these notes?
Surely this isn't mine. I have someone else's notebook. Someone has my notebook.
When Frank's yelling like, oh, when Frank brings like friends over or whatever, and then he's like, let's go inside. And he's like, Frank, not inside.
Frank.
It's just cool. So cool. Oh, wait, I almost skipped the best part. We've got to talk about it. Beard on beard.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what that. So I made another note in here. We're getting canceled. It's called, this note is gay.
Hey, listen, we can't get canceled because we like the episode, which is like
as a gay man,
which is
I think we're covered.
Perfect. We've got a gay.
I approve this message
over there. I pointed at myself over here, and we like the episode. So, and that's in opposition of the controversy, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah, anyway.
Like, this is perfect. I think, honestly, because I've seen what happens in the video game for that part.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer this.
Yeah,
I prefer this 100%, and I think they deserved a good send off, and even like the him like losing the ability to walk and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like it fucking hit, and
they tugged on your heartstrings.
They gave us such a good chunk of time of them.
Yeah, it was
having like fun together, building their relationship. You were like part of it, and then
and I think it's great because like Bill's, I loved Bill in the game, so I was real. But he was only in for like a small part, so this felt real nice. I feel like I got to know Bill a lot better, and I still love the character.
Even the very beginning of like them meeting is very telling of like
mm-hmm.
who fits what role. Because it's like, even though Bill is like, this ain't Arby's, and he's got a gun on him, he's like, Arby's. Frank's like, Arby's is a restaurant. You weren't going to get a free lunch there anyway. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
And then Bill's like, this bitch.
Now you see their dynamic. Yeah, the beard on beard cracked me up. We were laughing literally the moment it happened. I was like, beard on beard.
Like, you don't do that. It's not allowed.
So do you want to talk about why he was standing in the open?
Yeah, that was so silly. It's like I know what this note's for. So much for a survivor list.
That's exactly what that note's for. And the only reason I know that is because you said it out loud while we were watching it. I was like,
he was wearing bright white, and just standing out in the middle. He had a rifle with the scope. He should have been like farther back, like tucked behind something, or
he probably could have. He probably didn't want to do it from the house, just so they weren't shooting at the house and Frank's in there.
Yeah, true.
Other buildings he could go into.
Yeah, he could have done anything. Like his cameras would have warned him, his security system would have warned him, and he would have had enough time to get to like another house.
He had way more than enough time because he was already out there in the street shooting. So it's like, go over to the building, dude.
Yeah, that's definitely a nitpick I have with this episode. Like, I don't think Bill would have done that.
Well, I guess that ties into the other thing, because you had been saying, you said in the previous episode and while we were watching this that you had a nitpick, and you've been eager to share it. So
about that. I should have made a note.
I don't know why I'm doing these with you. I don't know why I'm doing these with you.
I don't know
What
why.
do you mean? You were so adamant about this nitpick. You brought it up in the last episode.
I'm doing my best. Oh my god. I brought it up in the last episode.
When we were recording the last episode, right? Our review.
Oh yeah, I already have a nitpick.
I got my nitpick. And I was like, okay.
Almost lost my pen. I'm doing the best I can over here. Yeah, I don't know what the note was. I'll have to go back and watch the episode, I guess. I can't imagine what the nitpick is.
Well, you said that the nitpick was in relation to this episode.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think.
Maybe it's the lines with Bill and Ellie.
Well, I didn't know about that.
Because they're not going to happen now that he's gone. Oh, you didn't know that was the ending?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The episode was a surprise. I have no idea. I'll have to watch it back. We'll never know.
It's so weird because you said that the nitpick was about this episode. So I'm like, okay, well. And we watched this episode. And then even during watching this episode, you said, I want to take my nitpick. And I was like,
yeah, well, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that's what the notes are for.
Right, but I didn't make one.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying that's what the notes are for.
Thanks for explaining to me how notes work. I know how they work.
Oh, you're killing me.
It's about making the note.
The worst part is that I was really invested. I was like, this whole time, I was like,
I can tell.
I can't wait to hear his nitpick. It's probably really good. And now we get to the part where you're supposed to tell me the nitpick.
What can I say? I'm one of a kind.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I agree.
But hey, just think of it this way: like, eventually I'll remember the nitpick, and when I do, it'll make it that much better when I tell you.
Watch us get to like the end of the season, and then you're like, "Oh, so my nitpick is," and I'm like,
"That's what I'm banking on."
People have to watch all these like reviews or whatever that they get to the last.
See, what I'm really doing is laying a little breadcrumb trail for us to gather more viewers, listeners, whatever the hell.
You heard it here first, folks. He's a screenwriter. Look at him.
Yeah, I'm. This is my plan to trap you into just tuning in, because who knows? Maybe that'll be the episode where I remember the nitpick.
Let me just bring up a couple of these funny bits real quick. He threw food at her like she was a dog, and I thought that was hilarious. Like throws a sandwich. He just tosses it to her. Like
throwing Goldo a dog biscuit.
She was like trying to talk to him. He's like,
eat, child.
How did you feel when he said it's a 5-hour hike? And she's like, oh, that's not bad.
How the hell would she know? Oh, wait, no, she said we got this.
She said something like that.
Yeah. I was like, she doesn't strike me as the kind of person to go on 5-mile hikes or 5-hour hikes.
5 hours, not mile, 5 hour. There's a difference. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I'm going to ask him how he feels about this. Cause I know how I feel about it. And I'm like,
I almost threw up when I heard it.
I was like 5-hour hike. And I remember they did the bit about the knees in the last episode going up the steps, and a 5-hour hike through Massachusetts. Massachusetts is not flat. It's not Florida. Just in case anybody who doesn't live there or knows anything about it, Massachusetts is not flat. It's far from it. A 5-hour hike out of Boston.
It's like a topographical map. Is Dan ever going to hear one of these? Is Dan ever going to listen to one of these?
Probably.
All right. Well, this is for Dan. So it's like a topographical.
Go ahead. You got to try to land this bit.
For Danny. It's like a topographical map of Danny's ass, bumps and caves everywhere.
We like the episode. We like the episode.
Yeah, the episode we liked.
We like the episode. The 5-hour hike is ridiculous, but whatever. I think Bill and Frank, I think it played well into the story. And instead of getting a flashback in the beginning, we got a
flashback.
Flashback.
Oh, so one of my things was, so when it started was, this isn't the nitpick, by the way. I still don't remember what that was. But what it is, when they're staring at the body pit, and we see the little burnt baby skeleton, and then the flashback starts, I was like, fuck, we're going to see how the baby dies. But we didn't. So another high point.
Good job, Last of Us.
Yeah.
You didn't show us baby murder.
Yeah.
I like that.
You neglected that low-hanging fruit, that shock value.
You did it. You didn't need that to tell
us. You just showed us its decayed corpse.
We're good with seeing the skeleton. We're good.
Yeah. Silver lining.
Though, you know what they could cash in on them?
Us getting what?
A clicker baby.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Like a little, like the big head or whatever, and it's like,
yeah. But now I'm thinking of a baby Goliath thing, whatever so there's a spoilers. There's a bigger threat than a clicker.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like
and they're big. Yeah. I was just thinking of a baby version of that, mini but still big.
I'm gonna name this review "Beard on Beard."
It's too bad I shaved my beard.
Well, I don't want to be beard on beard with you. All right.
I don't want to be beard on beard with you either.
You can't even remember your nitpick.
Yeah, but that just makes it better.
Okay, so do you have any more notes for us? Because I guess this whole episode was your notes, honestly, and I'm a fan of it.
That's gonna taste awful.
The rotting food on the table?
No, the wine mixed with all the pills.
You did say, okay, so you did say that you thought what he poured into the wine glass would have been chunky.
Yeah, like there was not enough wine for all that powder.
Mm-mm. And he said that he put enough to put down a horse in the bottle. Yeah. So I'm kind of like, now, see, at first I was gonna be like, well, Gillum, you know, who knows, right? Like so maybe it stirred up well. But once you say there was a bunch already in the bottle, I'm like, and it poured up just kind of like nice. So
like, the reason I say it's chunky is because like what was just in the bag, like that was a little over half of what was already in the glass. So like it would not have soaked. It would have soaked up that entire glass of wine.
Yeah,
no fucking way it wouldn't.
I don't know how solvable that powder is, but it's like I agree with you because if you put the thing is it adds up, and if you put a bunch in the bottle, I'm kind of like, you know, did he shake up the bottle? And wait, did we see?
How's a survivalist not have cyanide or some shit?
Didn't we see him open the bottle at the table? The second bottle? I know he opened the first bottle, but didn't he open the second bottle too at the table?
He may have had like a wine recorker or something. I don't know.
Oh wow!
I don't know if he opened it though.
That is romantic. If he recorked it, that's romantic because he still let you get. Yeah,
that's CYA.
Nice, good. You know what? Fuck it. Bill gets points for being romantic in this episode. He gets mad points. He really delivered.
Who said chivalry is dead? He killed himself and his husband.
And recorked his wine. Oh, man. That was terrible. But I'm glad they got... I can't end the episode without mentioning, I'm glad that Joel and Ellie got a shower and deodorant. Really solves the mystery of how they smell, because I've been wondering. And, yeah. Cool little send-off with them driving out of the gate.
What kind of deodorant did they give her?
It looked like women's deodorant, like the little Dove ones.
Degree.
It looked like women's Degree.
Good eyes.
Yeah.
Small brain. Can't remember my notes.
I don't remember my notes, but maybe that was your nitpick, was that she got small degree, women's degree instead of men's degree.
Small degree.
Small degree, whatever. All right, I'm ending this episode because I got nothing else.
Spent.
I'm already excited for the next one, honestly.
Absolutely.
All right, see you, people.
Bye, fuckers.